today's topic of discussion is manipulators. What is it? Manipulators. Okay. So if we go to a shopping center and at the end of the purchase they give us a bill, right? So if the bill looks something like this, let's say you bought a tie for 300 rupees, then you bought a trouser for let's say 1700 rupees, and you bought a belt also for 500 rupees. So total is 2500. So if you go to a mall, he prints the bill like this, or second mall you go, they print the bill like this. Which output is more systematic? A or B? B, right? So like this we can print the output by using manipulators. So one manipulator which we have already used so many times is handle. So if they would print the bill like this, that would be very much hopeless. That we get the bill printed like this. So you know at least, sir, I can put on separate lines. So for that I know the manipulator called as and L, correct? So it's better. Okay, so I know this much that I can print on separate lines. So which manipulator will be used for such cases? Endel, right? So that manipulator we already know. And apart from Endel, we have other manipulators also. Okay, so let's start with the manipulators today. So one of the manipulators is set width. What is it? Set width. So now, how much space have I reserved for the product name? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I put over here placeholder as star, so how much space have I reserved for the product name? Who will tell me how many characters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Correct? So 8 reserved. So I can say cout dot set width of how much? Set width, okay? So it will reserve how much for me now? And I'm writing from which side? Left hand or right side? Alignment? Left. So for that we have iOS flag. What do we have for that? What do we have? Okay. That is set iOS flag. And which side? iOS where? Left. If I were to display like this, so keep reserve 8, but then tie reserve 8, but put the content towards the right. Reserve 8, but put the content towards the right. Reserve 8, but put the content towards the right. So here, what is my iOS flag? Right. Okay. So you know the definition of the iOS left and right, correct? We'll try to see that. We'll try to see these today. Set iOS flag and set width. So where? iOS left. Is this understood so far? So if I want the output, so if I have a student table, a class student, which has attributes as integer, roll number, okay, and a character name of 10 and float percentage, okay, and I have a public constructor, that would be student, and let's write a default constructor roll number equals to 1, name, let's say Alice is the default name, and a string, copy it. We also have to include the header files. Which header files do we have to add as it is? .h and hash include
string.h, sir.
string.h. Okay. And now, what is the percentage I'm giving? 50%. Correct. So, and if we have a default constructor, we should also have a parameterized constructor also. It's good practice A, character B, and float C. A goes into roll number, B goes into percentage, and C goes into this. Making sense? And a function called void this. And now what do we display? Okay. And name and percentage. And L, right? Void main. Now I make object of this class. How do you make object? Student. With S1 will have what attributes? And S2, if I pass over here, if I call display with both of them, what do you think will be the output? Yes, no, maybe. Okay, let's take this much, copy it, paste it. Let me see where my browser tab is, what it has opened up. Okay, it has opened up, right? So see compiler online, go to GDB, take the code, push it, take the compiler, run it, and this is the output you get. You don't get any output. Line number 3 is causing a problem. Who can tell me? Okay. Now, what was a better way of displaying this space? So, how do we do that? So, first I want to set the heading. So, what will we do? Tell me. Okay, I just want the syntaxes for this. Okay. So, yes. So, what should be the width for the roll number? Let's take 5 as a width for roll number. So 5 characters reserved for the roll number. And which alignment you want to give to the roll number? So that we will give over here, okay, in the cout. So you'll say set what? iOS flag and flags rather. iOS, okay, set iOS flags. And which side you want it? So we'll say iOS. Makes sense. And you put a semicolon over here. So now whatever I'll display will get this attribute. So I now display roll number. What do I display now? As a heading. Next what? So now let's try to draw it over here in paint, that we can trace the output. Okay, so So this line which I have done, I have taken how many characters? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and I've set iOS flag to left, so it comes over here R, N, and O, and I have 2 spaces left. So now if I want to write over here, okay, name, should name. So what do I do for such cases? Will I give an endel?
No.
Will I give an endel?
No.
No, right? So now what to do?
उसके आगे ही same complete.
So now tell me what to do.
See out student.
So now again I'll set a width for how much? For student, how much width will I set now? Should I set 10?
हाँ.
So 10 characters reserved for the student name. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I'll be having the student name like this, right? Now S T U D, what student name? If I want to display student name, N A M and E, correct? So how much? How much space?
10.
And starting from left.
Yeah.
So how will we do that then? Where was I? I was over here, correct? So I take this, copy it, and paste it again. Set how much?
10.
10. Start writing from the left. And what am I writing?
Student.
This is the heading I am giving. Then I want to set the percentage. So after one space, what will I write? What will I write? P E R. How much do I need for percentage? P E and R. So let's keep 5 for percentage. Let's keep how much? 4 and 5. So tell me how much. How will I write that now?
Same old copy paste.
Copy paste this and write C out, set with how much? 5, and set the width to left and set it what? Percentage. Now when I want to put the actual information, this is the heading, right? So now if I want to display 1, 0, 1, then it will empty 2 spaces, and I want to give Alice. So A L I C E, and then 5 spaces empty, and 78.5. Yes. So how will I do that? So if I do this in display and I call display with both, it will display heading for me for both of them then. It will display heading for both of them. So it will display heading also for both of them, right? So it will display like this. The output will come like this. Heading for Alice, and Alice's detail, and heading for Virat and Virat's detail. So this should be displayed only once, right? This should be displayed only once.
इसका अलग display बनाना.
इसका अलग display. तो ठीक है, करते हैं. और ये हो गया. Now I'll copy this and
Display.
I'll display it in main only directly. ताकि ये एक ही बार डिस्प्ले हो गया ना. ये कितने बार हो जाएगा कोड एग्जीक्यूट? एक बार हो जाएगा ना कोड ये एग्जीक्यूट. ये हेडिंग कर रहा है ना. हेडिंग तो एक ही बार डिस्प्ले करनी है. तो ये मेन में डिस्प्ले कर दिया मैंने ताकि मेन एग्जीक्यूट हो जाए और मेरा हेडिंग डिस्प्ले हो जाए। फिर जब मैं s1 डॉट डिस्प्ले कॉल करूँगा तो मुझे उसका रिकॉर्ड चाहिए पर इसी फॉर्मेट में, तो सेट विद 5 लेफ्ट, यहाँ पर क्या आएगा आर नंबर, फिर ये नेम और
पर
हैंडल भी आएगा ना,
एंडिंग की
हैंडल नहीं आएगा ना, हाँ हैंडल आर नंबर नेम और okay. Let's check this out if it works properly. Got it? So I shift this to the main so that this prints only once, and then the number of time I call display will display me only the detail of that student in this particular format. Let's check it out. Okay. Should have a, so what do we have to do? Include std. What, in which header file are they? Are they in IO manip? Are they in IO manipulators, right? So let's try to include this as your header file.
उसके
We
नीचे
should have given a
handle
handle at the end, right? So after
main
main, in main when you finish this, then what you do?
handle
Give a handle over here. And similarly, when the display finishes for one student, you give a handle over here. Making sense? So now this should work as expected. How was that? Am I understood? Yes, no, maybe. Understood. Okay, I want the percentage to be in precision of 2. To be in precision of 2. So we have a manipulator for that. Set precision. Which manipulator we have? Set precision, which will set the precision to how much? Will set the precision to where? How much will the precision be set as?
2
Set the precision to 2. If you want to do that, then we can do cout dot set precision. So whenever you want to display the percentage, always display it in precision of 2. So where are we going to display the percentage? Over here, right? So we do cout dot set width as 5, and we also do cout dot, what is it? Okay, so set precision, right? It is for what? Okay, let's check only precision if it works. Precision. So how many decimals you want after the decimal? How many digits you want after the decimal?
2
So I do what? Cout dot precision as 2. Let's see if this works. Okay, so where there is not more than 2 anywhere, right? So if I have more than 2, then it will do it. So if I give over here these values, I do a precision. Got it? It is giving precision of only 2, and it is aligning them, blah blah blah, whatever. So this is what the manipulators do. So if you want to just beautify your output, you can use. So how many manipulators have you studied so far? Handle is one manipulator. Set width is one manipulator. Set IOS flag. Okay. So what you said, no, Faizan, set W. What set W can do is, here only it will keep on setting the width. Okay. Now whatever dead space is there, now after 1 there is 4 dead space. What do you want to fill that with? You want to fill that with stars. You know, if you go to a bank and if you make a draft of a particular amount, they put stars before that figure, that you can't tamper with that figure. Okay, so that we can use set fill. What we can use for that? Okay, so that we can have a precision. We have a fill. Okay, So let's try to do that. Let's try to fill it now with the empty spaces. Okay, so I set directly at the start, I set it, let's say as I start I set the fill, and I want to fill it with which character? Star. So I put that as a fill. Let's see how this responds. Okay, so wherever there was vacant space, it has put what? Star. So that is called one of the manipulators. So let's just give a short note of manipulators in C++. So 5 to 6 manipulators you can write. And then
Set with
set width, set precision, set fill, set setiosflags. Okay. So what your set W would come into picture, Faizan. So if I take a new tab, okay, and I open an online compiler and okay, so I want the right stars towards the left for the roll number. So when I'm displaying the roll number, I have given iOS left. So what will I do?
right.
iOS right. So now star 1. Okay. This is how the manipulators work. Making sense to you all? So I want you all to trace me this output same. Come on. Now if I want to display this as output, 101, 2 spaces, Alice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces, and 800. So how do I do this? 101, 2 spaces, Alice, 5 spaces, 800. So we can do it like this. See out set W. Kitna? 5. Then write what? Then set W
10.
10. And write what? Then I will send double quotes, right? The variable नहीं है. Then set W how much? 5. And then write what? 800. And then do a 10. So this is what set W does. If you want to copy this and paste it in your program, have I given you this code? I haven't, right? So let me paste this aside before I. तुम लोग क्या है भाई? SY. ठीक है? लिख दिया? Okay. Now if I want to display this, so I do a void main, correct? And I display it. Got it? So let's run it and check if it displays as the output. Got it? No? Space क्या आ रहा है? तो क्या कर देते हैं इसको? Set iOS क्या था वो?
iOS flags.
iOS flags, right? Where iOS colon okay. Make that. Does that work for you all? Understood? But when do you set W and when do you set?
By default क्या रहता है?
By default. Okay, क्या? Right में आता है?
हाँ right में.
By default right है क्या? By default right है. है तो manipulator understood. So this also you can keep an